Hey everyone, this is Brad and I am back again today with another lesson for Teals. So the lesson that we're learning today is the Do Now 2.2, which is another example of how we can use loops inside of scripts. So the whole point of this lab is that we're taking this guy right here, this little sprite, and I believe his name is Alonzo. And we basically want to draw what is a staircase going from the center of the screen right here, the center of the stage, all the way up to the right side, right over here. And I'm going to show you how we're going to do that. We're going to use a loop, but I'm also going to introduce some different blocks to you as well. The first thing I want to go is when the flag is clicked. So again, this is just another control block. Basically, it activates any time that we use or we press the flag button that's right over here at the top right. So I'm going to put that right there so that every time I click this sprite, every time I click this flag, we perform some kind of action. So the first thing I want to do is kind of do almost what I would call housekeeping, or at least set the script up every time I do that, right? So every time I do this, I want to do it so that it first clears the entire stage because we're going to have drawings from our other attempts. And I'm also going to go ahead and put this block right here. So again, we're unscrambling all the code that it gives us to begin with, and I'm just really choosing from what it has. So the first thing I want to do is clear the screen, and then I want to go to x coordinate 0 and y coordinate 0. And the whole purpose of that is that we basically want to start at that starting position every single time. The next thing I'm going to do is go ahead and put this ask block right here. Now we can see if I click the start button over here, every time that the flag is clicked, it clears, goes to 0, 0, and then it asks me how many zigzags would you like to draw. Now this ask block is really important to how many stairs we're going to draw, and I'll show you that in just a second. But the whole purpose of this ask block right here is that it's going to ask the user a question in the script, and then whatever I enter, like let's say I put this back and I enter 3, it's then going to store in the answer variable that we can see over here in this repeat block. So I'm going to use this repeat block next. That's the one I want to go with. And basically, I want to repeat an action however many times that someone puts in answer. Repeats just like a for loop, right? It just does that same action that's inside that block for an answer number of times. And the whole thing is you can take this out. You'd be able to put in, say, 10, and it would repeat something 10 times. But we want to be able to give the user that option of what they want to enter. So I'm going to put answer back. And then in order to draw, we've seen this before, with shapes. Basically, want to repeat an action that will draw us some stairs. So I believe I want to start by putting the pen down because that's actually going to allow me to draw. I want to move 10 steps because my character is already facing to the right. I want to point, I want to go ahead and turn counterclockwise 90 degrees. So I want to be pointing up now once that's done. I want to move 10 steps in the upward direction that I'm facing. And I want to go ahead and move clockwise back to a position where I'm facing right so I can draw my next line. And basically this repeat block right here is going to go through these steps. It's just going to repeat them however many times I say answer. So if we take this out and we show what this does, you can see I'm starting to draw a staircase. But of course I don't want to have to click that. I just want to be able to enter a number, and it does it as many times as I want. So I'm going ahead and put this inside of the repeat block, and we'll come to this in just a second, but I'm going to click this. It clears everything. As you can see, there's no more stairs. Ask me how many zigzags I would like to draw. I only want to draw, let's say 3. So I click 3 and I click enter. And now you can see I'm going to have moved this sprite. I have 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6 parts of my zigzag, which is the 3 times that I entered. So the next thing I want to do is also use this, which we could have used earlier. I'm going to include it in the very beginning because, one of the things we want to make sure is that we're always starting on the same kind of thing. So we want to start basically with the same conditions every time to make it repeatable. So I'm going to go ahead and click the flag button right here. You can see it goes to the center. It clears everything off from the stage. And then it also points 90 degrees. Let's say if there were ever a situation where he would get somebody turned in, to the left, turn to the right, turn maybe downward, and that's not something we want. We want to instantiate this script, which is create this script at the same spot every single time. We want to be able to start the script in the same spot. So I'm going to go ahead and put this back. And it's going to ask me how many zigzags would I like to draw. I'm going to go ahead and stop real quick and then start one more time. How many zigzags would I like to draw? I want to draw, 100. Let's see what this does, and I click enter. As you can see, I actually don't even know where he is anymore. He's probably way up, way past my computer screen. But that is how you can use another form of a loop statement to take user input and repeat an action a given number of times.